Today I'm really excited actually because you guys know that I love talking about Inspirada. It's where I live, it's where me and my family have a home and we've put our roots down, so we definitely love it. And what we also love about this community is everything that's new and upcoming and all of the exciting updates. I've been planning this video for a while and wanting to share it for a while because Inspirada is always growing, always changing, there's always something going on, and there's a whole host of things that I haven't even going to get a chance to cover in this video that are also happening in and around the West Henderson area, but I've tried to keep it focused on Inspirada. So I'm going to cover 5 things that I think are new and exciting updates about Inspirada, whether that's the residential construction update, whether that's the Stations Casino update, whether that's new parks, whether that's a new church coming to the community, or also some mixed use space and office space coming to the area. I'm going to cover those all in more detail. Maybe it's going to throw up some questions for you, maybe it's going to rule Inspirada in or rule Inspirada out, depending on your thoughts on those things, and both of those are okay. But I'm going to cover those things now, and then you guys let me know in the comments below what your favorite point was and whether you would consider moving to Inspirada. So the first thing to really cover is going to be a residential update with the builders. We have 4 builders in the Inspirada area. So we have KB, we have Lennar, we have Tri-Point, and then we have Toll Brothers. Starting with KB are coming up towards the end of their development here in Inspirada. They've not purchased any more land, so the current ones with KB, the Groves and Gardens, and then you got the Landings and the Reserves. They are literally coming up towards the end. They've just had a price increase over at the Reserves as well. The townhomes, they still have some left, but the Gardens are completely sold out as well with KB. So the amount of those ones are getting very small and very limited. If you are thinking and you're on the fence of maybe getting a KB home and you want brand new construction, and bear in mind the new construction with KB is over by Democracy over at the back of Inspirada. Still a great place, and there's lots of cool things coming today. I'm going to touch on the new park that's coming there soon, but that's where it is. I think Landings and Reserve probably have no more than 40 lots remaining. I know they had a drawing this weekend where 6 lots were released and 7 people turned up, so it's still very much in demand. So as I said, if you're on the fence and thinking about it, maybe now's a good time to reach out to me there on the contact details below, and we can go through it more in detail and then try and get you into a KB home with new construction before they finish their whole construction here. Tri-Point still have a few opportunities left as well. There's a few different Tri-Point communities depending on what you're looking for, from townhome to single family home. Tri-Point are obviously a great modern style build. So they still have a few options. Lennar have just purchased some land, so they've just really started construction. So there's going to be some construction options with Lennar as well, so there's not so much of a rush on those ones. We all know Lennar offer really good interest rates and prices, but you know, there's also another side to Lennar, and if you want me to go over that in more detail, then definitely do reach out, as I'm not going to talk about it on camera, but I've spoke to quite a few of you before and you definitely know my thoughts. And then we have Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers have a lovely townhome community. Some of them are 3 stories high. And there's quite a few options left with Toll Brothers as well. And with Toll Brothers, you have access to the Toll Brothers Clubhouse and all of their facilities. All of the builders are offering good incentives if you use their lender, maybe to buy your rate down and things like that as well. And if it's a spec build and they have spec builds available, then we're in a better position to negotiate as well. So some options are getting smaller, but there is still some residential options here in the new construction with different builders. It's just you need to act quicker sooner rather than later if you ask me, because it is getting close to being completely built out on a residential side anyway. What would Inspirada be without the parks? And the developers have been very intentional of trying to have a park that you can walk to from every single home. So as the construction and residential wise has gone out, they've always added a new park. The last park was added in 2022, Montana, and that's obviously a great new park. It's got really great baseball fields, really good condition baseball fields. It's also got the pickleball courts within the community as well, which is also nice. We have a very active pickleball community here. There's even a Facebook group on it as well. One of my clients who moved here is always playing pickleball with that group, so I know it's a very active group. And that's no different with the construction that I was talking about a second ago from a residential point of view. So where the new construction is up towards Democracy, then we have a new park there as well, Sentiero, which is going to have another pool as well. So that's going to be 4 pools within the community. And all together, that'll be the 7th park as well within Inspirada, which I think is incredible. We have 2 parks that we can walk to, Potenza and Capriola. And each park has different themes and things that you can do. So for us, Capriola has the normal things like the swings and the slides and you know, lots of great open spaces. And then splash pads as well. And then in Potenza Park, we have the pool that we can walk to, and then it has all these different musical things. It's got a light thing where you have to press the buttons as the lights come in. It's got basketball. It's got a piano like in the film Big that you can press the buttons on. And sometimes the kids will be like, hey, can we go to the one with the flashing lights? And then sometimes they'll ask to go to the one with the splash pad. So it's good that they have different themes. And that's the same for all of the parks. There's different things within those parks. As I said, the one, Montana, has the really good baseball diamonds and pickleball courts there as well. So it's fantastic. As I said, 7 parks. So wherever you end up in Inspirada, you're gonna have a park that is gonna be walkable from your home, and that's a big part of the community. I always talk about the community and the community spirit, and that's a big part of it because everyone's always out in those parks. It's always super busy. It's always a hive of activity. So definitely check out those parks and let me know if you do get to drive through Inspirada. Let me know what your favorite park is, and then I'll maybe tell you mine in the comments below as well. Okay, so let's talk about one of the most talked about things coming to Inspirada, and I know definitely people within the community have a variance of different views about it, which is all okay. We're all entitled to our views. I'm just going to cover the main talking points, and then I'm going to give you my opinion on it as well. So obviously, it's no secret, Stations Casino own land in Inspirada, and Stations Casino are normally quite strategic. They normally purchase land in an up-and-coming community. They've also got land in Sky Canyon as well, and they normally purchase it very early in the development and obviously get it at a good price. So even if they didn't build and they sold it to another commercial project, they're going to definitely make their money back. They also did it with Durango as well, and it took them quite a while to build Durango, and now they're going to do an extension and some renovations on that, even though that is their newest casino. So this is something that Stations Casino do generally, so that's definitely something to know. Obviously, they've already got, originally they had 63 acres, and now they've got the approval to extend that by another 14 as well, which is going to be the extension of the parking structure, which is going to give more parking options. What we know so far, and obviously not all of the details are released, but what we know so far is that there's going to be a gaming floor. It's going to be a really good sized gaming floor, so all of your general casino slots, card games, that type of thing is going to be in there. There's going to be a hotel. There's going to be somewhere between 200 and 600 rooms, so that's going to be fantastic if you live in Inspirada and you have family visiting, but maybe you don't have the space during the holidays or something to put them up. At least there's going to be a hotel with plenty of rooms. Yes, the M Resort is just down Volunteer, but having one in the community, I definitely think could be a positive. Then there's going to be all types of entertainment. So you're going to have a bowling alley, you're going to have a movie theatre, you're going to have maybe a kids quest in there as well, which is definitely going to be exciting in terms of things to do. There's going to be a food hall as well in there. And then also, obviously, as I mentioned already, you're going to have the parking. So there's going to be plenty of parking within that structure as well. Some of it covered, some of it uncovered. So there's going to be plenty of things going into the casino. Then we also know that it's already had the approval on the land and the expansion of the land, so we know we're already at that stage. From what I've been reading, construction is going to start no earlier than late 2025, and it's going to be a full rollout towards the middle to end of 2029. So that's the sort of time frame that we're looking at. But as always with Stations Casino, that is very fluid. That could go quicker or later depending on what else happens, but that's that's all of the highlights of what we know so far. Now, from my perspective, I know there's a lot of talk within the community. Some people are against it. Maybe they're thinking there's gonna be too much traffic. Maybe they're thinking it's gonna bring the wrong type of people within the community to go and be at those places. I think on the opposite side of that, it's gonna bring a lot more opportunity. It's gonna bring a lot more jobs to the community. It's going to bring a lot more prosperity to the area. I think it's going to improve the appreciation of our property within the area. I think for us now as a family, some of those things that I've mentioned, the movie theatre, the bowling, the Kids Quest, even the casino on my birthday, sometimes even restaurants, we tend to go to Green Valley and go to Green Valley Ranch for a lot of those things. That's just what me and my wife do. We obviously used to live in Green Valley, but to do some of those things that I've mentioned that's going to be in the Stations Casino, we now drive 20 minutes to Green Valley. So from my side, on a personal view, I think it's only a positive being able to drop my little girl into the Kids Quest within Inspirada and then go and, you know, have a nice meal, a nice date night, maybe go and watch a nice a non-child related movie in the movie theatre with my wife. Those type of things, I think, you know, me and my wife have talked about it off air and we think those things are good. Yes, I know the worries and I know the concerns, and I don't think the Green Valley Ranch Casino has affected anything in Green Valley. I think those people that live in the Green Valley Ranch area, walking distance to that casino, I think a lot of them will say it hasn't deteriorated the area. Yes, you know, there's a lot of traffic passing through, but I think what they're doing now in Inspirada with the roads, especially by where the casino's being built, they've taken out the dog bone roundabout and put lights in. I can only see it being a positive, and I know everybody has their own opinion. There's a dispensary that was put in not too far from Inspirada, and there's a lot of negativity about that. But ultimately, if people are gonna go and buy stuff from a dispensary, whether they live in the community or not, if they don't get it there, they're just going to get it somewhere else and still bring it back into their community. So I don't think those type of things have the drastic impact that people anticipate. I think sometimes it's maybe the unknown and the fear of the unknown, but I think embrace it. I think it's exciting. I think it's great for the community, but let me know your comments below what you would feel like. Now moving on to development that's still exciting, but also one that's very dear and very close to my heart, and that's a new church in the community. Church LV is a great church within the Green Valley area. That's where the main campus is, but now there's also one in West Henderson, and at the moment they are in Pinecrest in Sloan Canyon, and they have experiences on a Sunday 9:30 and 11:30. But the exciting part isn't that they're in Pinecrest. The exciting part is that actually they own the land. They own a really good bit of land right next to the school, and they've already got the plans approved for a brand new worship center. I've seen the updates, I've seen what it's going to look like, and it's going to look fantastic. I think it's really good for this part of town to have a place where people can go, and you know, if you are Christian and you are looking for a place to call home and you're living in the West Henderson or Inspirada area, I would definitely say go check it out. Led by fantastic pastors, Pastor Michael, Pastor Gia. I know I can speak from personal experience because it's where myself and our family go to. Both me and my wife serve at that church as well, so you'll probably bump into us at one point. We tend to sit the 9:30 and serve in the 11:30, so you'll probably bump into us at one point if you do go and check out that church. But as I said, it's exciting where they are now because they're in the musical theatre room in the school. But what's even more exciting is what's to come, and as this area grows and more families and more people move here, I think it's fantastic that people have a place to go and worship Jesus and everything that we do in that church. I think it's great that we have plans for a new worship center. So I think if you are looking for a place to call your spiritual home, I think you should definitely check out Church LV in West Henderson. And if you want more details on that, or you're uncertain, or you want me to cover it in more detail, then reach out there on the details below, and I'd love to have that conversation with you, because as I said, it's something that's really close to my and my family's hearts as well. And then another exciting development, which I think is going to be fantastic as well for the area, is a mixed-use space. So it's a major one. It's going to be on Via Inspirada and Bicentennial. It's got plans for some mid-rise apartments and condos, office space, and then some boutique retail as well. So if you think obviously shared office space, maybe co-working office spaces, some boutique stores that are not like your box, big box stores, and maybe some neighborhood coffee shops. I know we have Starbucks, and you guys know I used to work in Starbucks. I was a Starbucks store manager, and that's fantastic to have that. And we also have Dutch Bros that have just opened up or just opening up outside Inspirada as well. But to have a nice little neighborhood coffee shop, I think that would also be quite nice. That'd be a great meeting place, a different vibe to the likes of Starbucks and Dutch Bros as well. So I think that's going to be fantastic, and it all just points to Inspirada. I mean, I always talk about the Summerlin bubble when I talk about Summerlin. I think it's pointing, and all of these updates are pointing towards Inspirada becoming an Inspirada bubble. I know when they started developing it originally, a lot of people coined it as the new Summerlin. And obviously Summerlin's vast. It's like a huge master planned community that's almost like a city within a city. I think Inspirada, although it might not be geography wise as big, I think a lot of things now in Inspirada and things that are coming to Inspirada mean people that live here might not necessarily need to always go outside of the community for those type of things. And I think that can only be a good thing for the community. I think it's all positive, and I think all of the things that I've mentioned point to positive growth within the community. What does that mean for you? If you're already in the community, then obviously you've done well. You've got yourself planted within the community, so you're already ahead of the curve. If you are thinking of moving to Henderson and some of those things I've touched on resonate with you and they're the things that you want from a community, and honestly I believe it's the best community in the whole of the Las Vegas area, I'd say sooner rather than later you need to start being intentional and maybe reach out to me and start looking at moving here, because when those things are finished, when there is no more residential new construction, when the Stations Casino is done, when the mixed use space is already finished, when the church is already completed, when the parks are already finished, the prices are going to be a lot higher than they are, and they already are higher than the average for the city, and that's because it is an area of town that is really in demand. Now when all of those things are done and there's less options to move here, the appreciation is going to be again above the curve. So if you are thinking about it, or if you're on the fence, definitely reach out to me and I'll love to go through it with you all. I'd love to arrange a tour, or even do a video call, or even talk about mine and my own family's personal experiences. My wife has made some friends within the community. One of her best friends now is in the community, just a few steps away from our house. And it's great that she now has a little community within the community. Our neighbors here are fantastic. The schools are fantastic. The outdoor space is fantastic. And then if you ask me, the future developments that I've covered are also fantastic. So definitely reach out to me and I can cover it in more detail offline, and we can talk one-on-one about it offline. So I look forward to speaking to you. Okay, we've covered a lot of exciting things in this video, so it might be one you might need to go back and watch again just to really take it all in, or maybe go back and watch your favorite parts and really digest that as well. If you have any questions, then pop those down in the comments, or any thoughts that you might have, pop that in the comments. I always try to get back to you guys on the comments as well, and I love when you guys are involved and active in the comments. Even if you disagree with what I say, I don't take it personal, because we all have difference of opinions. Again, I'll always try to reply back to you though, so definitely do. Or as I said, drop me a text, email or call, and I can answer any questions or go through the thoughts that you have. I think it's also important to note that a lot of these things that are coming to the community, they also point to, with the casino, with the mixed use space, with the apartments. Inspirada is a fantastic community for families, and sometimes it's tagged as almost being perfect for families, which it is. But there's also a room for anybody here in Inspirada. So whether you're a senior citizen, whether you're a young professional, there's definitely going to be options for you to move here, and there's going to be lots of those exciting updates that are going to help accommodate that as well. My wife used to, when the weather was better, would quite often be walking within the community to get the steps in, and quite often she would see people, senior citizen age. It was like the same loop she did, so the same group of people she would see, almost the same parts of the walk she was doing. and they were definitely 60 plus, and they obviously living in the community, completely happy as well. So it's not just for families, perfect for families. I also think if I didn't have a family, I would also love living in this community, because for me it's just a fantastic community, period, and lots of cool stuff. So if it does sound like the type of place you would want to come home, whether you're a family, single, whether you're 60, 55 plus, whatever it is, definitely reach out to me on those details below, and I can give you more information on what it's like living here. If you have liked this video, then please give it a like, and also if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I could talk about Inspirada all day, but for now I'm going to go and enjoy Inspirada, and I'll see you guys on the next video.